Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are actually doing an Etsy shop critique. This is one of the many that I'll be doing every single month for the year of 2020. I'm doing anywhere from 1 to 4 critiques every single month. So if you're interested in possibly winning a critique, I will leave the link below where you could sign up. Now, if this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel and you want to learn how to build an impactful online business, don't forget to subscribe today. Don't forget to show me some love by liking this video and leaving a comment below. So let's go ahead and get started on the actual critique today. So I'm doing a critique on the store called Moon Blogger Designs by Daniel Murphy. So thank you, Daniel, for signing up for a chance to win a critique and allowing me to do a critique of your store. So what I normally do on a critique is that I take a particular listing and I talk about product photography, I talk about listing description, on-page SEO factors, off-page SEO factors, branding, and the curation of your shop. I try to break it down into sections so it'd be easier for you guys to follow through. And guys, please, if you have any suggestions for his store, make sure that you leave a comment below. We could all help and grow from each other. So let's go ahead and get started. So the listing that I'm doing a critique on is this one here. I only picked this one because a lot of the stuff like Irish is it's already after St. Patrick's Day, so you might not sell these anytime soon. So I wanted to do a critique on something that you might have a possible chance to sell. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is product photography. This is the same thing I always say. When you sell on an e-commerce platform, product photography is so important. It's how you grab someone's attention when they're searching in the feed and they'll stop at your listing and actually click on your listing and engage with it. You want to make sure that it's cropped in a complimentary way that shows the products 100%. So this picture here is getting cut off, as you guys could see. Obviously, when you click on the photo, you can see the entire mug. But what I would do is resize this photo and make sure that it fits on the size. That way you could center the picture in the middle and showcase the full mug without getting cut off. That's the first thing. You never want to put a picture that's cut off. Keep in mind that product photography is really, really important. In 2018, Etsy did a survey and 90% of buyers said that the only reason why they purchased from whatever specific store it was due to the fact of the photo. It was because of the photo. It wasn't because they had great reviews or they had a lot of sales or because of shipping or free shipping or listing description. It was because of the photo. So that's how important the photo plays a role when it comes to people clicking and actually converting into actual sales. So making sure that your photo is cropped in a complimentary way. Make sure you do that. Good job for having, additional photos like of the other side of the mug. What I would do is add more photos. Maybe just do one of each, like this one and this one, and then get rid of these two because this is repetitive. It's the same thing. So what I would do is add additional photos, like how do you package your items? You could add a photo of that. You could add a photo of a call to action telling the customer what to do next. You could have a text picture saying, click below to learn more about our mugs or to learn more about our shop. When you sell on an e-commerce platform, using call to actions are really, really essential because they increase your click-through rate. So by you telling people, hey, click below to learn more, you're essentially telling the customer what to do next. And if you click, if the customer happens to click to learn more and they spend more time on your Etsy store, the higher the probability that they might go ahead and get the actual mug from you or whatever they're looking at that moment. So the longer that they engage with your store, the more likelihood that they'll go ahead and buy from you. So having a photo with a call to action, having a photo with how you package the item, maybe having another photo with someone actually using, right, the mug, like a lifestyle photo of it. But adding variations of different styles of photos is important. And at least having a minimum of at least 7 photos if you can, especially for products like these. Definitely will add additional photos. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is your title. And you did a good job with your title. It's short, sweet, and to the point. That's what Etsy wants. I know a lot of my listings, I have a lot of keywords in my title. That's how it used to be. I'm still fixing a lot of my stores. And Etsy has said it over and over. They want just focus on having the main keyword in the beginning of your title, because that's for SEO purposes, and have a short description of whatever you're selling, and that's it. Why? Because if you put too many keywords in your title, it does tend to confuse potential buyers when they're reading it. It doesn't read organically. So even though you're doing it for SEO purposes, for the customer, they get confused and it might be a turnoff for them. So just keep that in mind. But I think the title, you did a really great job. Let's look at your keywords. Is your main keyword gift mug? Let's see if you have it here. So no, your main keyword is not gift mug. So you're not optimizing your listing for SEO, basically. If you were, then you will have the main keyword in the beginning of the title and you will use it as a tag. I don't see it here. Now you do have, no, you don't have any of these keywords in here. Bicycle lovers and cyclists, bicycle lovers. So you have bits of pieces of it, but you don't have it exactly the way you wrote it. So what you want to do is that you want to take your main keyword, your focus keyword, and you want to put it in the beginning of your title. You also want to put it in your actual listing description. That is called optimization for SEO, optimizing your listing for SEO. This is how the search engine knows what your page is about. Eventually, also your title keyword also is the name of your actual listing. It becomes the title of your actual listing page. So just keep that in mind. So making sure that your main keyword is in your title, making sure that your main keyword is in the first 155 characters of your listing description. And that's considered a meta description. And that's what Google shows to potential buyers when they find you on Google or other search engines. So for instance, this is what people see when they find you on Google. Right now, you just have high quality mug, makes the perfect gift for everyone, printed only on the highest quality mugs, but you don't have an engaging meta description. So what you want to focus is having, like I said, your main keyword in the title, having your main keyword as well in the first 155 characters inside your meta description, and having an engaging meta description. So people, when they find you on Google, they feel engaged enough to go ahead and click to learn more about your products and services. So definitely work on that, because it's really important to include that in there. Another thing is that I'm looking at your listing description is very short. You're not building trust or worthiness with your potential buyers. What you want to make sure that you do with your listing description is that you want to write an engaging listing description. You want to make sure that when people read it, they are engaged with the product that you're selling, and you want them to also want to buy from you. So you have to build that trustworthiness. How you do that is being transparent, explaining everything and anything that they need to know, and even being very detailed, like how to order, what's included, returns and refunds, shipping policy, anything that they need to know. The more information you put, the more trustworthiness they feel from your actual shop, and then they'll go ahead and feel comfortable enough to proceed with the order. You also want to optimize your listing for SEO, meaning you want to include these tags, all of these tags that you have, you want to include them in your actual listing description. This is going to help you optimize for SEO. So whenever somebody types in these particular keywords in the search engine, the algorithm takes notice that you have those keywords and your listing will rank higher for those specific keywords. So right now, you're not optimizing your listing for SEO correctly. You did not optimize your title for SEO, and that would explain if you don't have that much traffic to your store. So you definitely want to work on that, and don't forget to include everything and anything the customer needs to know about this particular order. Another thing is looking at, I'm using eRank. It's a free tool that you could use to do like keyword research, and they have other features that you could use, and it will help you grow your store. But one thing that I'm taking notice is that a lot of the keywords that you're currently using, not too many people are searching for. So ultimately, what you want to do is do some brainstorming. You want to sit down, write down on a piece of paper 10 to 15 keywords that describes exactly what you're selling. And you've done a decent job with that. You have bicycle, coffee mug, and that actually describes exactly what you're selling. However, there's no one really searching for that on Etsy. So whenever you are about to add a new listing to your Etsy store, whether it's a mug or you're going to do like a t-shirt or any of your other products, what you want to do is do market research first. You want to see, is there a market for this on Etsy? Are people actually searching for this on Etsy? If no one is searching for it, it might not be a good product to add. It could be potentially because of what's going on, the epidemic now. It could be that maybe no one's really searching for that particular topic, but you definitely would need to do more research before adding products to make sure that you have an audience that will be interested in that particular product. I also feel like even though your gifts are novelty gifts, I feel like it's a little bit all over the place. Maybe finding a particular niche that does really well on Etsy, that it is for novelty gifts, and kind of sticking with that all across. That might help you find your target audience, because right now it seems like it's a little bit too broad in my opinion. But look at these keywords. Just looking at these keywords, they're not really driving you any traffic at all. And then this keyword, the coffee mug, is a good one. However, it's very competitive keyword. So I'll show you now to kind of give you an idea. So when we type in coffee mug, look at how many people are competing for that keyword. 650,000 people are competing for the keyword coffee mug. So therefore, your listing is most likely not going to be in the first page of Etsy, and you'll probably be somewhere down in the bottom feed somewhere, especially if your listing is not a bestseller, or just haven't gotten any like interaction, or people are not buying the specific mug. So keywords like this are too competitive to use. If you're trying to rank organically, it's going to be almost impossible. If you do any Etsy ads, your cost per click would be very high because you're competing with a keyword that a lot of people are competing. Even though we no longer could see the cost per click, always keep in mind, whenever you're trying to compete for a keyword that a lot of people are using, your cost per click will always be higher. Whenever you do a keyword that many people are not using, your cost per click always will be lower. This is a problem with the Etsy ads. Many people would do like $4 a day, and their spending was like finishing quickly, is because they have a lot of keywords that the cost per click is very high, like 60 cents per click. So a couple clicks, they're $4 already gone. So just keep that in mind. So definitely, I would just start again with your SEO. Sit down, think about how would your target audience search for this particular mug. Take those keywords, go to Tools, Keyword Explorer, put in each keyword separately, do a research and see what can you find. You want to make sure that the average search volume of that particular keyword is higher than the competition, or at least evened out. So if you find a keyword that the average search volume is 600, but the competition is like 1,200. That's a good keyword. It's not that much competition, and you could potentially rank organically, as well as land on the first page if you ran an ad, versus a keyword that has more than 50,000 competition. That will be really hard for you to rank organically. So just keep that in mind. And you definitely want to redo your keywords once you have them, you know, taking the strongest keyword, putting it as your title main keyword, making sure that you add it to your meta description, and then optimizing your listing for SEO. That way you could rank higher in the search results. Another thing I noticed about your shop as well is that you don't have your shop policies updated. You don't have a shop announcement updated. You don't have an about me updated. What you want to make sure that you do with your Etsy store is that you try to complete everything completed 100%, like your whole entire store. The reason why is because when people buy on Etsy, it's a different experience than when people buy on Amazon. When people buy on Etsy, they want to know who you are, why you made these items, why should they buy from you. They want to make that connection. I'm not saying every single buyer will be the same, but majority of them will be. However, when you buy like on Amazon, people are buying from Amazon directly. They ignore the buyers. It's a different platform. So therefore, you want to make sure that in your actual store, you share your personality, who you are, and why people should buy from your store, why you started your store. It's really important to fill those things out. I will also suggest adding additional products. Even like St. Patrick's stuff, you could put that right now unlisted, because St. Patrick's is going to come back in another year. So right now you will be paying every 4 months to renew. And if you're not getting any sales, you're actually spending more money on your business. So stuff that's seasonal, I would unlist it or deactivate the listing. And then once St. Patrick's come back again, like maybe 2 to 3 months prior, reactivate it again. So just keep that in mind. You want to have enough inventory for just regular purchases, all year long. And then the seasonal stuff, you would turn it off whenever no one's really buying anymore. I would change the banner as soon as you can, because St. Patrick's Day is over. I know it's only been 1 day, but I would just suggest to change that when you can. And it's also about really understanding, like, who is your target audience? Like, who are you selling to, right? Once you figure that out, having 1 or 2 products that you create and testing that out before you add 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 different products, and doing market research to make sure that the products that you want to sell are things that sell on Etsy. And if they're not, how do you know that they will sell, right? Because sometimes people have unique ideas, and even though no one else has not done it before, doesn't mean that it wouldn't be successful on Etsy. But these are my suggestions. I think the biggest thing for your store is finding out who is your target audience, doing market research, optimizing your store for SEO correctly, and then your photos as well. So I hope that this critique helps you. Feel free to reach out to me at any given moment, Daniel, if you have any additional questions. And thank you, everybody, for watching.